Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, December 22nd. You can see temperatures very warm out there this morning in the low 40s across mid-Michigan, mid to upper 40s across southeast lower Michigan. We got a cold front that's moving through the area, and that's going to clear out this drizzle, mist, some light rain, fog, and low clouds here pretty quickly, I think, this morning. In fact, I think conditions will be pretty decent by the time we get to 9, 10 o'clock. And I think maybe even late this afternoon, we could see some sunshine develop, and that's going to set the stage. Its temperatures kind of hold steady today. I don't expect them to go anyplace. In fact, temperatures are in the mid-20s back off to our west, and you can see that on the regional map. You can see low 40s across mid-Michigan, upper 40s around 50 across southern lower Michigan, and mid-30s across northern lower Michigan, back into the mid-20s as you get back towards northwest Wisconsin into western upper peninsula. And again, with that cold air advection coming in, don't look for temperatures to do a whole lot more, mainly stabilize in the low to mid-40s across much of the area for, again, a nice 10 to 15 degree above normal day. So while it may seem cooler, we are just absolutely killing the record for the warmest December if we keep on this rate. And we're only going to make those numbers go up over the next couple of days. In fact, we could see record highs tomorrow. On the weather map for this morning, you can see that low pressure will move towards eastern Lake Huron. And again, the cold front will be moving off to the southeast, and that should improve conditions fairly quickly once we get into about 8 and 9 o'clock this morning. I think, again, our conditions will begin to improve quite a bit. Another trough that'll keep the clouds around moving through the area. But again, by late this afternoon, we could see some breaks in the clouds and maybe some sunshine. If we look at the forecast map for tomorrow morning, our next system will be moving into parts of Kansas, and it's going to be moving to the northeast, and that'll spread this warm air back into the area as a warm front will develop off to our north, but the real warm air is going to be south of this front, and that's going to be moving pretty rapidly to the northeast, and we'll have temperatures rising tonight. And then by tomorrow afternoon at 7 o'clock, you can see the low pressure will be coming in towards the central UP with a warm front now off to our north, and south of this warm front, it's going to be very warm. Record highs tomorrow here in Breckenridge will be 53 degrees. We should destroy that record as I expect temperatures to push possibly into the low 60s. And again, many records across the state tomorrow, and you can see in this red outline with the hash, good chance of showers and thunderstorms. And inside this area where we have thunderstorms, some of these could be severe, mainly wind. I don't expect much in the way of hail or tornado threat to be very low. I suspect that if we're going to see any kind of severe weather, it's going to be damaging straight line winds, and you can see why. If we look at the forecasted jet stream for tomorrow, you can see at 30,000 feet, 300 millibars, you're going to see that winds will be up to around 150 miles per hour, and any of these stronger storms could tap some pretty strong winds, and we could see certainly damaging winds possibly between 55 and 70 miles an hour where some of the stronger storms do occur if they do. So it's not impossible we could see weather watches for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, but even if not, certainly isolated severe storms are certainly possible, along with many other storms that'll be on the strong side as far as winds go. If we look at the forecast of precipitation from the WPC, this is over the next 72 hours, and you can see not extremely heavy rains, except for in and near strong thunderstorms. We can see some locally heavy rains, but most of the area, I think, will be in that area between 4/10 to as much as 7 or 8/10, about 4 to 8/10. That might be on the heavy side, but again, much like this last system, I think many areas could see over a half-inch rain, so it'll be a pretty good soaking rain, especially for this time of year. And then if we look at the WPC's forecast for the Sunday through Tuesday storm, this will be on top of what we get. Many areas could pick up over 3/4 of an inch of rain as we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I think for mid-Michigan, the best chance for the rain will come actually Monday, late Monday into Tuesday. I think that's when our best chance of precipitation is. Some of the areas across southeast lower Michigan down in Ohio really need to be on the watch out for possible flooding conditions, as if we look at the overall 7-day total from the WPC, they put about 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain across far southern lower Michigan, mainly south of I-94. And again, you can see the very excessive rainfall back across parts of Arkansas and Missouri. And if we look at some of the individual models, this is a GFS depiction over the next 7 days. You can see it's trying to give the areas like Jasper, Blissville, lower towards Monroe and Dundee, across southeast lower Michigan, over 5 inches of rain. I think this is a little bit overdone, or certainly we hope it is. But you can see many areas over 2 inches of rain possible in the next 7 days. It should be noted that the GFF or the European model, the ECMWF model, shows much less, with areas of mid-Michigan only getting about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch over the next 7 days, and areas mainly southeast lower Michigan over 2 inches on that model. But if we look at the Canadian model, it also shows some pretty heavy rains across southeast lower Michigan, between 2 to 3 inches of rain. Many of the areas across the state between 1 and 2 inches of rain. And much of this on the Canadian also shows it coming in across central Michigan during the later in the day on Monday into Tuesday time frame. And if we finally look at, regardless of how much rain we may or may not get over the next 7 days, all the models are pretty good agreement on tomorrow's temperatures being in the record territory. You can see the GFS model has temperatures in the mid to upper 60s across southeast lower Michigan. It's going to feel more like early May, and the temperatures all the way up in the low 60s across areas around Harrison onto the south at 50s, all the way north to the bridge. So a very warm Wednesday coming up. Record highs are likely. Our record precipitation for tomorrow is 0.78 here in Breckenridge. I'm not sure we'll break that, but we could break that record as well. So again, a stormy day coming tomorrow with lots of wind, warmth, and some thunderstorms. And it's going to feel more like spring rather than winter. And our green Christmas is still on tap. In fact, we don't see any snow really of any consequence over the next 7 to 10 days. But we are seeing some pretty good indications that we're going to turn quite wintry here down the road in a couple of weeks, as I think we're going to finally shift that upper level ridge back to the northwest in Canada. And that's going to create a stormy and colder pattern across much of the eastern United States. But again, we're still a ways off on that yet. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.